Hello everyone and welcome to another bachatarockstar Hearthstone video. Very excited about this next one because we just got not one, but two rogue legendaries. We got the Death Knight and we got this homegirl right here. The beautiful, the amazing, the talented Lillian Voss. 4 mana 4/5 rogue legendary Battlecry. Replace spells in your hand with random spells from your opponent's class. Well, that's new-ish. So, unfortunately, Blizzard is still trying to push the Burgle Rogue theme. I honestly don't really get it, but hey, you know what? It's fine. It makes sense, I guess. Stealing stuff. You are a rogue. You are a thief. Coincidentally, they call this Thief Rogue, which is the same thing, which is like calling somebody a basketball player. Like, it's the same shit. Anyway. But is this card any good? Well, it's a 4 mana 4/5, so stat-wise, thumbs up. That's a Yeti. That's pretty good. So, just on face value, it seems good. And you can replace spells in your hand with random spells. So I think the idea here is to use Razor Petal Lashers and Razor Petal Volleys to get a bunch of cheap spells in your hand. Maybe trade up with your backstabs, your preps, your coins, your eviscerates. I don't know. Cheap spells that you're not really using. Maybe there's other cards in the set that generate a cheap spell that goes into your hand. I don't really know. And then I think the best thing to do with this card is then plop it down and then whoop. Now you get a bunch of spells that are actually worthwhile. Maybe. The other use I can see with this card is to burgle a bunch of stuff and then flip the spells that aren't really worthwhile into something that's good. So especially this happens a lot with like Warrior when you get like shield blocks or shield slams, excuse me. You know, you don't have armor, so you can't use it. Things like that, like cards that only work within the class itself. You can play this and then hopefully re-roll them and get something better. Coincidentally, this comes down on 4, and Ethereal Peddler comes down on 5, so you have two really big, nice statted mid-range minions to combat your opponent's stuff. So, on curve, this seems pretty good. Even in the late game, this seems pretty good. I mean, just getting a 4 mana 4/5 is not terrible, and like I said, being able to turn your spells into something that's actually useful, that's good. Obviously, there's a lot of high roll, low roll potential in here. There's a lot of RNG in here, but the whole idea thematically of the class is pretty RNG, i.e. getting random cards from your opponent's class. I do wish they would put in one more thing that stole something. We haven't really, aside from Swashbuckler and Undercity Huckster, with the loss of Burgle, like, where's the, and Shaku, I guess. I don't know, it's not quite enough to support a pure value Burgle Road archetype. So maybe there's some sort of like Burgle Jade Rogue thing that they're thinking of doing. And you'll see later on with the Rogue Legendary, that actually kind of plays into the Burgle style. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be viable because everything is so fucking random and you're not going to have the kind of consistency that you want. And so the cards that you get need to be really good. Like, you just need to generate a lot of good value. And I just don't know if this archetype is really ready to be fully realized yet. Maybe it'll be realized in the next set. I don't know. But as of right now, at least with these cards, I'm not seeing it. But we still have rogue cards that will be revealed. We still have a lot of neutrals that will be revealed. It's possible we're going to get enough stuff to make this work. So as of right now, I'm going to give this a straight up 5. I think it will see play in a Burgle Rogue archetype. I have no idea if that archetype is going to be any good, so that's why I'm on the fence. Unwilling Sacrifice, 3 mana Warlock spell. Choose a friendly minion, destroy it, and a random enemy minion. Okay. They're really pushing the destroy your stuff and mess with your opponent archetype for Warlock. Without good healing, I don't know if this is actually any good. Yes, it's great if you can destroy some sort of token, or maybe an egg. And that destroys random enemy minion, which seems pretty good. But if your opponent is also running a token deck, then this is kind of crappy. This is really only good against, like, one big minion, and then you kind of surprise them, and you're like, aha! You know, you trade off a few small things, and then slam this on an egg, and then you get the 5/5 back, and then boom. So, my problem with this is we haven't seen enough egg-type cards revealed, enough cards that actually are happy being destroyed in this fashion. Yes, there's a lot of death rattles, but you still want to utilize the body and the death rattle, and that's really what makes it good. Like a Loot Hoarder, yeah, you get the cycle, which is great, but you also get a 2/1 body, which is still useful. You know, it can still smash face for 2, and it can still make trades with other 2-drops. And so, you know, if you trade a 2/1 into a 3/2, right, that's a 1-for-1 trade, but you drew a card, so now you get card advantage because of that, and your opponent loses a card. This, let's say I use this on a Loot Hoarder, right? Okay, so I would kill my 2/1. I'd kill my opponent, something on my opponent's side. I would draw a card, which would be nice, so this effectively cycled, and which would give me a 2-for-2. It's actually a 1-for-1, right? No, I would play 2 cards, and then I would draw a card, but I would still lose a card, and he would lose a card. So it ends up evening out. But that's only if I do it on a Loot Hoarder, right? If I do it on something that's actually useful, you know, I waste this card to destroy 1 minion, and it's a random one, and I can't control it. I don't know, this just doesn't seem that good. I think it would only be good on something like a Piloted Shredder, or like I said, on some sort of egg card. Something where you actually want to kill it. You know, doing this on a Devil Sword egg is sweet. Right? You get a 5/5, you destroy a minion, now you tempo swing, and that's good. That's worth the 2-card loss, you know, in that sense. Oh, you're actually not losing 2 cards, but you see what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying. So I don't know if this is worth the card slot. I don't know if this is a good enough effect. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm underwhelmed by this card. I'm gonna give it a 3. I don't think it's gonna see play. Even in a zoo deck, even with a lot of little cheap stuff. You'd have to really, really build your deck around a card like this. And so, because its lack of versatility, I just don't think it's going to be good. And now, quite possibly, the best named card in the set, Burlock! 2-mana 2/2 Battlecry Freeze an enemy. Fuck yeah. What a great name card. Great art. I love this card. I think it's awesome. Is it actually good? No. It's a 2-mana 2/2 that freezes. We already have a 1-mana 2/1 that freezes. Do I need redundancy? Do I need extra freeze effects? Well, here's the caveat. Since they're trying to make Freeze Shaman a thing, this is actually a great addition. Not only that, it's a Murloc. Maybe you make some sort of freezy early game Murloc Shaman that transitions into a late game value Ice Freezy Shaman? I don't know. It's possible. Freeze Shaman is getting a lot of support. Is this going to be good? I mean, it'll probably be good in that sort of deck. I think you could actually see a lot of play in just regular token style shamans that just freeze the board to try to play more token minions behind it. So, I mean, that's a pretty good idea. You know, so I think this card actually does have a lot of versatility. I think it's overcosted for its stat line. But then again, a 1-mana 2/1 that freezes is also a little overcosted for its stat line. So, or undercosted for its stat line. So, you know, the 1-mana difference does make a difference, and then the 1 health does make a difference. And so this is a little sturdier minion. And you are freezing something, so you're effectively killing it for 1 turn. You know, I mean, there's a lot of good here. I think it's very, there's a lot of utility here. You can use this in a lot of different situations, and I do think it's a good card, and I think it will see play, But I don't think it'll actually see play in the Freeze Shaman deck, because I actually don't think that deck is going to be any good or viable. But I could easily see this taking play in a token-style Druid and some sort of token-style Shaman or some sort of tempo-style Shaman that just wants to freeze the early game boards and kind of build boards behind it. So, yeah, there you go. And it's Murloc. So I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. I think it will see play across a couple of different decks. I question if any of those decks are going to be tier 1. Treachery. 3-mana Warlock card. Choose a friendly minion. Your opponent gains control of it. What? Okay. So, first synergy, you give them a Doomsayer, it goes off. Okay. A lot of Doomsayer's power is the fact that they couldn't develop anything on their side of the board anyway. So if you give them the Doomsayer goes off, and then they just develop behind it. So I don't think that's any good. This combines really well with Ticking Abomination, where you could play a Ticking Abomination, Treachery it, then kill it and wipe your opponent's board, effectively giving you a massive Flame Strike for 2 cards and 8 mana, or 7 mana. 8 mana, because I think you still need to kill it. Maybe not. Maybe you can just kill it with minions. But for at least 7 mana, Ticking A-Bomb has value. Plus, if they are running an Azoth deck, that'd be hella funny. You give them a Ticking A-Bomb and then kill it, and then they bring it back with their Azoth. The memes are real! I don't know, like, what kind of minions are bad for you that you'd want to give away? I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd have to see more cards in the set. But it's hard for me to think of minions that I would purposely put on my deck just to give to my opponent. Warlock already sucks. And the 2 cards that it has gotten, the Unwilling Sacrifice and this card, Treachery, I don't think they're helping much. I mean, what kind of, maybe in a zoo deck? I don't know, like, I don't know. This card is so weird. I'd have to play with it. I'd have to try it out. And I'd have to see the whole set and just think about cards that I would want to get rid of. And I'm seeing this card for the first time, so to be honest, I haven't done any research on it. So, no idea. As of right now, I think this card is poop. Aside from the Ticking A-Bomb combo, I can't really think of anything else that I'd want to do. I don't know. I mean, if you got combos, man, let me know in the comments, because I can't think of shit. Right now, this card is a 0. Okay. Here's the new Rogue Death Knight hero. Yeah. 9 mana, Valera the Hollow. Battlecry, gain stealth until your next turn and gain 5 armor. And then your hero power becomes Death's Shadow, which puts a shadow reflection into your hand every turn. You only get 1, but you get 1 every turn. And the shadow reflection says each time you play a card, transform this into a copy of it. So, the example they used is if you had a 0-mana Arcane Giant, you could play an Arcane Giant and then also play another 0-mana Arcane Giant. I feel like this would work really well in something like a Burgle-style rogue, right? Where you steal a bunch of cards from your opponent and then you can play 2 of them. I don't know, get 2 executes, get 2 shield blocks, get 2 whatever. Works really good in Jade Rogue, right? Get 2, get multiple Jade stuff. Get 2 Jade Spirits. Get 2 Eye of Black Paws. Get 2, you know. Granted, you can't play 2 Eye of Black Paws on the same turn, but, you know, I don't know if this keeps it from turn to turn. So, That would kind of suck, because then the most you could do would be to play 2 5-mana cards. I don't know. This is just really underwhelming to me. I mean, yay, I get a copy of a card? A return? I mean, I guess that's good. But I need to have cards in my hand. I need some card draw then. You know, I need to play this and have a bunch of stuff. And you can see how Lillian Voss would fit into this quite well, because if I have a bunch of spells from my opponent and then I flip them into something else, maybe Shadow Reflection becomes really good in that sense. I mean, this is such a unique effect, I'm having trouble analyzing it again. And props to Blizzard for coming up with a bunch of stuff that's really hard to analyze and really hard to figure out, because these are definitely new, interesting mechanics. I wanted something better than this. This seems so lame. It forces me to have a bunch of cards in my hand. And then when I play it, I'm getting a copy of the card, but I still have to pay the mana cost for it. So like I said, I can only play 2 5-mana cards max. That doesn't seem good enough. It's 9. Yes, I get stealth. So that means I can only be attacked by AoE. So the only AoE damage spell that I can think of would be like a Fellfire Potion or a Hellfire or something like that. So Warlock could get through the stealth. I mean, that's about it. Your opponent can't attack, so you effectively get an ice block, and then you get this to start setting stuff up. So I guess that's pretty good. 9 mana? Why is this 9 mana? It should be like 5 mana. I mean, this effect is neat, but like 9? Yeah, I guess it gives you 10 mana to do stuff with next turn, but like, come on, man. Compared to the frickin' Shaman one, this is bullshit. I mean, I'm going to craft it and I'm going to play with it, but like, I don't know, maybe I just throw this into my rogue deck instead of fucking Edwin Van Cleef or something like that. I don't know. Into my Jade Rogue deck. But Jade Rogue's problem was the early game was getting run over by pirates and shit. And not having enough stuff to contest the board until it could actually ramp its value, and just getting run over, and not having enough healing. I mean, if I'm going to run Lillian Voss and I'm going to run this card, then I guess I probably need to run some Corpse Takers, maybe, to give me more healing, because they have Lifesteal Taunt. Maybe? I don't know. The deck is not apparent to me right now, so I guess it's going to take a lot of tinkering, but I'm really underwhelmed by this. This annoys me, and I love Rogue. It's one of my favorite classes. This is lame. I'm giving this I'm going to give this a 3. Honestly, I think it's going to be bad and not see play. Well, if you're underwhelmed by Valera, the Hollow, you will be overwhelmed by an ultimate infestation. 10 mana, so it better be good. It is. Deal 5 damage, draw 5 cards, gain 5 armor, summon a 5/5 ghoul. So it's effectively a Firelands portal that draws you 5 cards and gives you 5 armor. Wow. Okay. 10 mana is a lot. I think we can all agree 10 mana is a lot. But it's spot removal. It's a tempo swing because you're killing something and then gaining a 5/5 ghoul. You get 5 cards, so you're going to refill your whole hand. You get 5 armor, so that allows you to live a little bit longer. This card is insane. It just costs 10 mana. Like it's already a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. If it didn't cost 10 mana, it'd be a 10 out of 10. But you just throw this into your Ramp Druid. Just ramp like crazy. And then turn on one of the turns, you can just boom, 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 boom. Refill. Get a bunch of shit in your hand. This card is insane. I mean, imagine this in like a Barnabas Druid deck. Where you draw 5 cards and you get 5 minions, and all those 5 minions cost 0 mana. So hit the tempo swing, get the 5 cards, get the 5 armor, vomit your hand, kill your opponent. That's insane. I'm very excited about this card. All you got to do is just ramp like crazy. That's the only thing you got to do with this card is just get to 10 mana. You're like Millhouse Mana Storm in the fucking intro. You just wait till I get to 10 mana! And then hit him with this card. This card is ridiculous. I love it. Love it. 9 out of 10. Awesome. Awesome. Like, so good. It's just so good. It does everything. It is fucking everything. This card actually reminds me a lot of old school Yogg-Saron, where, like, you basically wiped the whole board, you got a bunch of secrets, you drew a bunch of cards, and you potentially gained some armor. Like, a lot of the time, that's why Yogg-Saron was played, because he just threw them out there, and then, like, he did a bunch of shit and cleared your opponent's board. And while this doesn't clear your opponent's board, it can help clear your opponent's board. Obviously, if you're way behind, this card is probably not going to help. But Firelands Portal, even if you're way behind, didn't help that much, but it still helped quite a bit. You know? I mean, in one card, you're killing one of your opponent's cards. Let's just assume for the sake of argument, you kill your opponent's card. Right? So, your one card killed your opponent's one card. So that's 1 for 1. But then, you get a ghoul. So now that's a 2 for 1. You gain 5 armor, which is effectively like maybe gaining another turn. I don't know, it's a little hard to figure out. But let's assume for the sake of argument that even that doesn't count as a card. Then you gain 5 more cards. I don't have enough fingers to do this right. So you're basically getting a 6 for 1, 7 for 1, depending on how you think about it. Would you pay 10 mana for a 6 for 1? Yeah, I think I would. So, it's a Druid card, and that's why it's so great, because you can ramp to it, and fucking A. Like, I love this card. It's going to be a 2-of. Who needs Yashiraj when I got this? Man, Day 9 must be creaming his jeans looking at this card, man, because he just loves big, easy ramp Druid. Fucking A. This card is great. I mean, oh, God. I can't say enough about it. 9 out of 10. Last but not least, we've got the Desperate Stand. 2 mana Paladin card. Give a minion Death Rattle. Return this to life with 1 health. So it's the Redemption? Did I say it right? I think it's Redemption. Yeah. So it's the Redemption effect. Targeted. So on turn 10, you play Tyrion and you play this, and you get an automatic redemption effect. It's pretty good. It's good for other Death Rattle minions. Double up on Death Rattles. It's really nice with something that you Spike Ridge Seeded. Because then you get the minion back, and you get the Stegodon. It's pretty good. It's pretty darn good with the which one? The 5 mana 3/3 that gives you Death Rattle, resummon a minion. So you can really double down, triple down on a minion. So best case scenario, you hit Tyrion, right? Tyrion lived. Then you go Desperate Stand, and I forget his name. God damn it. Anyway, the guy. It's not Corpse Taker. Something like Corpse Rager or something like that. I don't know. Anyway. That guy. And then when Tyrion dies, you get 2 6/1 Tyrions and 1 6/6 Tyrion, all with Divine Shield, and you get to swing away with Ashbringer all day or a day. And then if they Harrison Jones it, who gives a shit? I'm going to get some more Ashbringers. Best case scenario. Most of the time, though, I think just playing this on a Loot Hoarder, on a Cairn, on a Tyrion. Just nice, solid minions. Oh, Rag Lightlord is good with this, especially if you're at full health, because then he'll just heal himself back. So, yeah, I mean, it's the Ancestral Spirit effect, but worse. But it's in Paladin, so maybe that's better. Maybe they have more stuff that they want to bring back for 1 health? If it's Divine Shield minions, right? That's pretty nice, because then you get the Divine Shield back, and then that could work with Bolvar, and that could work with Light Sorrow. I don't know. It's a worse Ancestral Spirit, but it's still pretty good. What's nice about it, too, is, like, if your dude's going to die anyway, you can just play it on him, trade him in, and then get him back. Like, what if your Tyrion was about to die anyway? It was like a 6-2, 6-3 or something like that. And your opponent was, like, gearing up to, like, trade into it and go face. Right? And you just slap this on Tyrion, you trade it in, you get the Ashbringer, you swing away, and you still have a 6-1 Tyrion. Like, I don't know, it's pretty good. And there's a lot of good death rattles. We haven't even seen them all yet. So I think this card does have a lot of potential. Is it good enough to see the cut, though? I don't know. You're going to have to make a very death rattle heavy N'Zoth sort of paladin, a very control heavy paladin, and this might see the cut in that. So I'm going to give this a 5.5. I think it probably will make a cut, maybe even as a one-of in a control N'Zoth style paladin, but I just don't think it'll see play anywhere else. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this card review. Thank you for going on this card review journey with me. This is the 8th video I've made, I think. I literally have done one almost every single day since they started releasing cards. And I'll be honest, I love this part of the year. I love this part of the game. I love looking at cards and thinking of the possibilities and just imagining what could be. And it gets me excited, and I'm really pumped for the new expansion. I hope you guys are too. Thank you so much for watching. This video is current as of 6 p.m. on August 2nd. Potentially there's going to be a huge reveal stream coming up. They have not released any details yet. Who knows? But stick around. Full set review is going to be coming, and we're just going to keep doing reviews as long as they keep revealing cards every day up until the new expansion. Potentially coming out August 10th. Not sure. I will be out of town. I'm going to the LA Summer Bachata Festival, so I'm probably not going to be able to stream the new set that Thursday, which would have been awesome because Thursday is my normal Hearthstone streaming day. But we will be streaming like crazy Monday all day. We'll probably be streaming Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be Star Realms. So we'll find a day. I'll figure it out. My guess is probably Monday. Probably Monday night we'll be doing a big, giant Hearthstone stream. I will probably be streaming. Yeah, I think I'm just going to stay up all night. And even though I'll be driving back from LA that day, like, I'm just going to come back and fucking rock it and try out all the new cards and see how the meta's developed. And so I'm excited. I'm really excited. Thank you again. Thank you so much. Keep learning. Keep rocking. The Rockstar will see you later. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want to see the newest videos, you can click here. If you want to see a recommended playlist, you can click here. And if you'd like to subscribe, you can click right here. Thank you so much, guys. Keep learning. Keep rocking. The Rockstar will see you later.